Miles Kitselman, Jake Merklinger, and Arion Carter. Raise your hand and we'll take questions. We'll start with David and then go to Austin.
I guess for all of you guys, how would you describe the locker room on Friday after practice?
Go ahead.
Didn't skip a beat. Ready to roll. Excited for what's coming.
Miles.
Coach just talked about you being one of those guys that will be the leader on the offensive side. How do you rally, in moments like this? Because obviously it's a different situation than most people have dealt with. How do you, continue to take a step in your leadership development?
Yeah. Obviously, I'm old. I'm really old. But I've been a part of some really talented teams that haven't won a whole lot because there were individuals on those teams. And quite frankly, there's no other group that I'd rather go to war with right now than the guys that we got on this team. And just implementing that and knowing that I got their back and I don't even have to question if they have mine. And just day in and day out show them that I'm going to give my everything for this program and for this team.
Just for the two quarterbacks, given the situation with their added nerves today, with y'all's performance with the crowd and with Nico no longer here?
No, sir, there wasn't. We were going to get the same amount of reps in the spring game regardless. So, no added pressure.
I don't think so. I was just going to, with whatever amount of reps they gave me, I was going to do the best I could with them.
Adam?
Jake, I remember you saying a couple weeks ago you always prepared to start if needed. How does this change your perspective of this off season?
I don't think it does. Like I said in the last quote, approach every day like you're the starter. Keep working hard, just try to be the best version of yourself.
Paige?
Jake, maybe how has that mindset prepared you for this moment to continue to be the leader, especially in the quarterback room, but now on offense?
Yeah, no, I think it prepared me really well. Coach Halsey, Coach Jared, Coach Landry, they do a great job of, keeping me prepared. Any advice I can get, I go to them. So they've done a really good job.
Trey?
Miles, when you look at the program overall, somebody that's been around college football for a while, when you look at the transfer portal, when you look at where we're at with contract negotiations and NIL and whatnot, but as a group, as a team, you come off the practice field on Friday, and I'm sure there's conversations between y'all, where's the quarterback and whatnot. How does it not let an older player like you phase you, first off, and then, what is the message to your teammates that might come to you for advice in this type of situation?
Yeah.
Permission to speak free.
Plug and play, man. I mean, like I said before, I've been on some talented teams that haven't done too well because there are a bunch of individuals on those teams. And I'm not just saying this to say this, but man, this team's different. Our O-line's close, our wide receivers are close, our tight ends are the closest group I've ever been with, our quarterbacks are close. Like, man, this team is a team. And like I said before, there's no one else that I'd rather go to war with. And, just letting these guys know, like, man, we're good with whoever we got back there at quarterback. We got some dogs here, and these two guys. We got guys that want to be here. We got guys that want to give their all, and they're going to go the extra mile to do whatever they can to give us the best opportunity to win on Saturdays.
Gentry, then Reese?
George, how's the transition from the college game gone for you? What was the spring like? Where do you feel like you improved? What did you kind of learn about yourself during all this?
Yeah, it was definitely different. Adjusting to college schedule and then in the game, adjusting to college speed. I think every practice I tried to pick out one thing to really be intentional about and get better at, and I feel like I did a good job of that. And yeah.
Arion, you're the defensive side of the guy, ball from Tennessee. How has this affected you and that side of the ball?
I feel like, or is you asking as far as like from our practices?
About Nico and how that side has affected your guys' side of the ball.
I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like we have two individuals here who can sling the ball, that can manage games with very well and play at a very high level, and that have really high ceilings that they can play at. We don't really go into the specifics of details like that. But with an individual like that, you wish him the best of luck wherever he goes. That's my brother forever. But at the end of the day, it's next man up mentality, and I feel like whoever steps in that position is going to be able to go out and ball out. And that I do my due diligence as a leader, not only on this team but as on defense, to make sure those two are well off prepared to go out there and play on Saturdays, and we'll make sure that we do that.
Austin and Riley.
Both quarterbacks, like, to go to a quarterback dinner on Thursday night, he's there, and Friday morning he's not there. Like, what's your thinking? And I got two questions. How much do you see in George of yourself from a year ago when it comes to, like, the breaking down mechanics, changing a lot of different things in his game, and just kind of having his head spin? Do you see a lot of, you and him from 1 year ago?
Do you want me to answer
Go ahead, yeah.
the first one?
Yeah.
Oh, the second?
Yeah, I know I'll throw a lot at you.
No, it's good. Yeah, so the dinner, that dinner I've been planning for a while. We do that every year, Thursday before the spring game. Went in, dinner was normal. Everybody enjoyed it. Had great food. Thank you to Miss Kara Halsey, took care of us with some really good tacos. And then as far as George, man, played really, really well today. He's done a really good job all spring. He's like a sponge. Anything he can learn, he can learn. He's always up in the quarterback room watching film. So, yeah, he's done a really good job.
So Jake and George, social media, I'm sure you guys haven't really been on it the past 48 hours, but they're really just rallying behind you guys, Ball Nation is. They are just like, whoever wants to wear the power to you, that's who we're rallying behind. What does that just mean to you guys?
You want to answer first?
For me, as an in-state kid, there's all this talk about just all this quarterback stuff, and for me, it was a dream come true to run out of the tee today, and that was a cool feeling. And after that, just try to do what I can.
Yeah, and then for me, I try to stay off of social media. I haven't really been on it at all. But no, it means a lot. I appreciate Ball Nation for supporting us.
David and then David.
Yeah, for both of you guys, did you have an inkling or a thought in the back of your mind that the game might not be there on Friday? And at what point did you realize, he's not late, he's not coming?
I didn't have any feeling about it. I don't know about Jake, but yeah, we found out the same time everyone else did. So.
No, yeah, like he said, found out same time everyone else did. But, I don't think it changed either way we thought. We were going to practice on Friday to practice on Friday. We went to practice and we practiced. So, I don't know, I don't think it changed.
Arion, I know you're sitting next to three offensive guys, but you had a chance to sit back and watch a lot of spring practice with you not being full strength. A lot of people would assume that the defense would get the better of the offense because it returns more. How did you see the offense against the defense this spring? Did the defense get the better, or was it pretty competitive?
We're all involved at the end of the day, but no, I feel like we played a lot of complimentary football. I feel like each and every day we came out putting our best foot forward, and I feel like collectively as a whole, offensively and defensively, a lot schematically, and just effort wise, and just from being one team and together, I feel like we really did gel together as far as chemistry. And on defense, we we really were going at it every single day, day in and day out, and you could really see us see the cream rise to the top, as you would say, as far as like guys getting better and sharpen and fine-tuning small details to ultimately get to the goal and push the envelope of winning a championship. And I feel like we were playing really good championship football this spring, and we got to continue to do that over the course of this summer, going into fall camp, into the season.
Yep. Paige and Vince.
Miles, you mentioned maybe there was a rallying cry. Like, what was your message maybe to the team after everything had settled? And then for the quarterbacks, since y'all are a little younger, what is it like having an older guy like Miles kind of help lead the offense in times like this?
Yeah, I've kind of already touched on it. There's not much to say. I've already touched on it. We got a lot of guys on this group that want to be here. And this team is a team. And I think, this just makes me even more excited. This just makes me knowing what's going to come as far as how we need to rally together now, even more than ever. And that's what sports are all about. It's about teams coming together. And you know what? we don't have any individuals on this team, and I'm just glad. I'm happy for the future of this team, and I'm excited.
Yeah, and then the second part of that question, I came in at the same time as him last year when he transferred. So, our relationship's really good. I see him as a big brother. He's been really good to me. But, it's also a relationship where we can push each other in the weight room, whatever that is. So, just knowing guys like Miles, have our back it means a lot.
Miles, if you can shed some light and opinion on that tight end room. Jack had 3 TDs today, and what did you see from that group throughout spring when we heard that you were kind of Coach Kitselman throughout the spring?
Yeah, just trying to pour everything into them. College has gone by fast, and I'm the old guy in the room now, and that's unfortunate. But I want to pour everything I have into those young guys. I want to see them strive better than I have. It's like being a dad, and so just everything that I can give them, any sort of knowledge that I can give them, just to give them an advantage, because we're going to need those guys this fall. Coach Hype touches on it all the time. There's no time to be young, but man, those guys are making strides, and they take coaching really well. And so, I'm just really excited to get back out there with them.
Ryan and Wes.
Miles, just where are you with the injury right now? How confident are you that you'll be ready for the start of the season? How are you kind of approaching that?
Just approaching it day by day. Feeling really good. I'm super confident that I'll be back as soon as I can be back. Just feeling good about it.
Miles, I guess there's no part of this that isn't, I guess, at least a little bit weird, but as soon as you realize what all was going on Friday, you said it yourself, you're the old guy around now. Did you immediately click into gear like, I have to do something about this, I gotta address this, I gotta make sure this doesn't get weird?
I definitely wanted to talk to some of the guys on the team about how they felt about it, and just make sure that we're all on the same page. Talk to a couple other leaders on the team and making sure that we're all on the same page. But man, I loved walking out on practice on Friday, and I kind of just gaze around and see if anybody's freaking out or gossiping over in the corner. And nobody skipped a beat, and I love seeing that. It's plug and play. I knew something needed to be said. There's a lot of times in our lives where we know that something needs to be said, and it's our duty as leaders to speak up and lead your team in the right direction. Make sure that everybody's on the same page.
Last 2, Trey and Austin.
Yeah, I think I'm good now. Thank you.
Okay. For all you guys, you defensive guys, sometimes you can have a chain reaction to something like this. How much of it do you turn into like you were when you went through the recruiting process and you're trying to recruit other guys to join you, just recruit, just, hey, we need you here. Like you're talking to the receivers, make sure everybody's good, mind's right, all that type of stuff in terms of kind of where they see this thing going.
Yeah. Well, I feel like you're saying keep the guys here and
Yeah.
I feel like the guys who want to be here are the guys who want to be here, and I feel like us as a culture that we've built, us as me, Miles, and a few of the other guys, the culture that we built here is really, really strong. It's close, tight knit. A bond is unbreakable between brother to brother. It doesn't mean if I'm a linebacker and he's a tight end. If he's a quarterback and he's a quarterback and I'm a linebacker, it doesn't matter. All of us together as one, I feel like we're unbreakable. And I feel like in situations like this is just a true testimony of who we are as people and as a team. And I just feel like as long as we rally around these young guys and get them better day in and day out and just continue to rise, I feel like we'll be just fine because we got the guys. We're all we got and we all we need.
All right. Thank y'all.
Thank y'all.
Thanks, guys.